How do you avoid burning out? You can't. That's the end of the video. All right. I don't think anybody can avoid it completely. That's why this is a topic, because ultimately there's a first time for everything, right? So you have to recognize that at some point you're going to burn out, but you don't want to be burning out all the time. You want to minimize that as much as possible. So can burnout be totally avoided? No. Can it be minimized? Yes. It's a process of self-mastery. That's really what burnout is that you're not fully in control of yourself. And so there's three different things that I'm going to talk about that can help you to identify where you are in the process of this self-mastery and minimizing the burnout. So the first thing is that you got to be honest with yourself. You really got to be honest with yourself, and you got to figure out what are your limits, right? Now, there's a fine line with that, because you want to push your limits to see what they are, which is why inevitably you're not going to avoid burnout. And two, you want to make sure that you balance yourself after you see that limit, and then you can push the plateau over again at a certain point. But in that process, you want to make sure that you are recognizing what your actual limit is. Okay. And so the closer you start to get to it, now you'll recognize, okay, I need to pull back a little bit, especially when you're trying to be as consistent as possible at whatever you're trying to do. You want to make sure that once you hit that burnout point, you know what that feels like, and you know where you are in the burnout process. And so the next time you get close to that, you can scale back a little bit, get some R&R, or take some time to yourself, do some self-care, something like that to recharge your batteries. Because that's incredibly important in this game, is you want to last as long as possible. Because if you allow yourself to completely burn out, you'll end up possibly getting sick, or you'll be super extra tired. You'll oversleep for important appointments. I've done these things before, y'all. This is not, and it's not fun when that happens, when you completely overdo it and then you miss out on something important. The second thing is you have to be disciplined with yourself. So you're gonna have to actually really be disciplined when it comes to recognizing if you're getting to that point. If you're getting to that point, you got to recognize, okay, I have to take a break. I must do something to recharge my batteries. That actually takes some discipline, because sometimes you just are like, nope, I'm finna burn it out. I just want to run until I can't no more. But I'm telling you, if you do that, the consequences of that could be more detrimental to you than it would be beneficial. You're gonna wanna not be disciplined. It's just plain and simple. You're gonna wanna not to be disciplined. You're gonna wanna defy your own self. And that's all a part of this self-mastery process. When you really get savvy, when you really start to master yourself, you will begin to get really disciplined with everything that you're doing, everywhere that you're going, the time that you're spending, the distractions you're allowing, all of that stuff. You're going to get really, really disciplined on that stuff. And you got to make sure that when it's time to rest, it is time to rest. You have to take proper breaks. You have to start really analyzing how you best operate. And everybody's different. Everybody's going to operate differently. And you have to assess yourself. You have to science your own life and be like, okay, what's the best time that I work? Is it early morning? Is it late at night? Whatever that is, there's no right or wrong answer. It's dependent on you. You have to figure that out, and it's your system that you have to abide by, and you gotta be disciplined with that. Don't listen to other people and this, that, and the other. Oh, I get up at 4 a.m. Oh, I stay up all night, and then try that when that's really not how your system operates. You gotta really pay attention to yourself and figure out how you best operate. That's gonna help you to last as long as you possibly can as well. And taking those frequent breaks in between is also going to help you for longevity. The last thing is you gotta set boundaries. You gotta set boundaries. And this is gonna be from all the external stuff, whether it be your phone, whether it be your parents, your friends, your relatives, all of that. You're gonna have to set boundaries. You're gonna have to be like, I can't go out tonight, or I can't come over today, or I don't want to go out tonight because I have these important things that I have lined up. Whatever it is, you have to set proper boundaries, because that's going to be key. It's going to be super key for you to make sure you balance yourself accordingly. Those boundaries, man, they hurt sometimes. They hurt for us to say no. But it's absolutely necessary. You have to block some of that extra stuff that's coming at you until you really get a feel for how you best operate. You'll be able to see if you have a little extra reserves to, oh, okay, let me go help X person out, or let me go by X person's house that I haven't seen in a while, or talk to them on the phone, or whatever the case may be. Because all of that is energy. Think of your energy as 100% points, and everything you do has a percentage point that it takes away from it. So you could say, working out takes out 20, eating takes out 5, visiting friends takes out 10. Really start assessing how much energy you put out in different activities, and that is going to be super instrumental in you figuring out how you best operate and what you can and cannot allow. Okay, because those boundaries are really difficult to assess, because sometimes you'll feel like, oh yeah, I got the extra energy, but it's a false spurt. That's happened to me multiple times. So really dive into yourself to figure out what you can and can't do. Those boundaries are going to be incredibly important. All right, so that's all I got for y'all. Okay, be honest with yourself, be disciplined with yourself, and make sure you set boundaries. All right, again, I have ways to help you with this. I have the Mindset Matters Institute, where we help you to minimize stress and focus on potential. Okay, the Mindset Matters Institute is geared towards helping you to unlock the legendary you. And once you're able to do that, everything else in your life is going to skyrocket. I promise you. Always remember that mindset matters more than anything else. Maximize potential, minimize stress. Anytime,